comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter.
Hello, everybody.
Bling, bling, patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar, can a damn soul.
Welcome back to another episode of Drunk Bread. Now I'm going to cover one of them common questions I get all the time. How much does it actually cost to live here? I mean, we all know that Vietnam is a cheap place to retire and live and make it happen.
Yep.
I want to cover that right now and give you an overall idea. Obviously, my number's not going to match yours or a future, person's. Everyone's got a little different lifestyle and so forth, right? And of course, along the way, I got to acknowledge a few things. Number one, I'm going to be giving you a bunch of numbers based on me and my wife both combined. Because, we're married and live here together, so obviously that would make sense. I did want to also point out before we go too far that, look, obvious stuff. Big cities cost more than small cities, of course. Hanoi and Saigon are going to be more than Hue City, where I'm living here right now. I mean, while we're on the topic, if you want to live in an expat community right downtown, well, yeah, that's going to cost more than, living in a Vietnamese neighborhood like I am here now, as you can overhear. That is tasty. I did also want to point out that there is, what do we call it? Like an English-speaking only tax, okay?
No!
If you insist on only speaking English and going to English-speaking bars, getting landlords that speak English, roommates that speak English, restaurants that speak English, it's going to cost more, period. No doubt about it. I mean, to give an example, a bottle of beer like this downtown at an English-speaking bar is $25,000. And my local bar here is $8,000. Okay, that's a factor of 3. It's $50,000 for a bowl of soup.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Whereas in my neighborhood, it's only $10,000. That's a difference of 5. 5 times cheaper because it's all in Vietnamese. Along the way, we need to get into the purchasing power parity, okay? Because I can give you conversion rates between dollars and dong. But let's start with what it can buy, okay? 200,000 is an excellent baseline, 200 grand. Now, what can that buy? Well, I tell you what, that can get you 2 nights in a hostel, no problem. That can get you a night at a nice hotel with a balcony and stuff like that, provided they speak Vietnamese, obviously. You can rent a motorbike for 2 days. You can get a head massage and facial massage 10 times. I can go to a local bar here and I can get 25 beers. 25 beers for 200 grand. Now, when we get done doing the math, that's about $8.50 bucks. $8.50 is what you got to spend in order to get a 200,000 bill and buy all that different stuff.
Welcome to Earth.
You can buy a lot with your money. Now, I'm going to be go ahead and list prices in both currencies just to kind of keep it easy. All right, so let's get into it. Yeah, with regards to our house here, let's start there. We have an awesome place in an awesome neighborhood. I love it. I love it. And this is actually a little smaller than our previous house, but it clocks in at about 150 square meters, give or take, which is about 1,600 square feet, 1,600 square feet. It's a decent-sized place. I'm on my rooftop now, but I have 2 rooftops and 2 balconies, among other things, 4 bedrooms, the whole works. Short and simple, it's 5 million dong a month.
Dong, da, da, dong, dong, dong.
That works out to, in American dollars, about 216 bucks. So, yeah, it's really not bad. Of course, that's not everything. Along the way, we're going to need internet. And actually, our internet runs about 410,000, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 18 bucks a month. And for 45 megabit fiber optic, that'll work. Yeah, and water and electricity also clocks in at about 400 grand, give or take. Now, we don't watch TV, we don't have an air conditioner, we don't have a washer dryer, really, just, fridge, computers, fans, that kind of stuff. But yeah, again, that works out to about 18 bucks is all of our food or water and electricity combined. By the time we're done, we're in the neighborhood of about 5.8 million to have our house all situated, paid for, electrified, hooked up, and done. Which is right about 250 bucks a month.
Oh, yeah!
I've had power bills in America that alone are 250. Whew. So Yeah, and of course we got to have a cell phone. I mean, naturally. Now, you'd be delighted to know that in Vietnam, it's 90,000 dong for 60 gigs of data. Yeah, so that's right about $4.50, give or take. Probably a little less, actually. So, for my wife and I both, I mean, we both have that plan, you might as well, through MobiPhone. She also has 2 or 3 other phones just for miscellaneous calling, but by the time we're done with 3 or 4 cell phones, it's about $10 a month total, out the door. No tax, no anything, and it's all prepay. You know, we just top it up every month, good to go. That's not bad. Now, she and I both don't like doing laundry.
Oh, hell no!
Do it. So we pay to have people do that for us, of course. I mean, wash, dry, fold, you know, deliver, the whole works. And yeah, we spend about 100 grand a week. So let's say 400 grand for a month, give or take. But yeah, it's about 18 bucks a month to have all our laundry done for us. That's worth it to me, big time, you know. So gasoline, motorbikes don't take much. If you do the miles per gallon number, they get about 120 miles to the gallon. It's pretty insane. I mean, it's better than a hybrid by a long shot. But along the way, I actually ride my bicycle around as opposed to taking a motorbike. Just makes sense. So by the time we're done in an entire month, we're looking at roughly 10 bucks a month is what we spend on petrol combined. My wife and I both. I'm about $2 a month tops. You know, many months for me it's 0. But, you know, let's just say about 18 or 10 bucks a month, something like that. Health insurance. Gotta have that. Check this out. Living here in Vietnam, it is 750,000 dong a year.
Oh, yeah!
So that works out to about $32.50 per year for health insurance for me. And that's 100% coverage, no deductible. Show up at the hospital, broken leg, doesn't matter. Cancer, doesn't matter. Yeah, so by the time we're done with the math on that, we're looking at about combined for my wife and I both, it's 125,000 dong a month, which that's about $5.40 a month for my wife and I both to have full coverage health insurance. Better than a health insurance in America, for sure. Even if I didn't have it, hospitals are so cheap here, you know, you can just pay it out of pocket. I mean, to get an x-ray is $6, by the way. To see a doctor is about $3, just to give you an idea. But anyway, by the time we're done with all that, we also got to factor in food. Might as well. We end up spending roughly about 100,000 a day, which is about $450 a day, something like that. I mean, by the time we're done with buying ingredients and coffee and noodles and rice and you know, just buying stuff at the market. Occasionally we go out to eat, obviously. But going out to eat's not expensive here. But yeah, it's about $3 million a month is what we end up spending on food for the both of us combined, which is about 130 bucks a month total, you know, for all food. So by the time we're done with level 1 expenses anyway, you know, rent, internet, electricity, cell phones, laundry, gas, health insurance, food, all that stuff, it's about 425 bucks a month, give or take. Yeah, that'll work, you know. But to keep things realistic, we got to go to level 2, you know, which is spending money and other stuff, right? Like beer. Yeah, okay, let's go there. Beer. It's roughly, it's about 120,000 per case of beer, which is about $5.20 for a big box of 20 of them, which is 9 liters. Yeah, that'll work. And I probably do about 8 cases a month, you know, a couple a week or something like that. So maybe just shy of $1 million a month. Yep, that's about 42 bucks. I spend 42 bucks a month to have basically infinite beer, you know, sitting around at my house any given time. That's worth it to me. Yeah, when I go out in the morning, I get a bowl of soup, which is about 7,000 dong, and a beer, which is about 8,000, and a cup of coffee, which is 5,000 to 7,000, depending on if I want milk in it or not, or something like that. By the time I'm done, it's 22,000 I spend every morning for my soup, beer and coffee, which is $1. I spend $1 in the morning. Bang, 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 bang. For comparison's sake, the cheapest coffee in America is at Quick Trip. It's like $1.10 for 1 cup. No food and no beer. So it's pretty cheap. But let's do the math on that. I probably spend $30 a month on my morning routine. You know, something like that.
Uh-huh, honey.
Goidao, which means that they actually massage your hair and then massage your face. It's like a 30-40 minute procedure. Shampoo, you know, condition, the whole works. That's 20,000 dong, which is right about 90 cents, give or take.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
You know, probably do that, you know, 10 times a month or something like that. So let's just round it way up, you know, and say that we both get after it and we both get our hair professionally washed every few days. Yep, that's $17 combined by the time we're done. So, sweet. You know, you might as well. I stopped washing my own hair a ways back because it,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
easy. I'm sure you, dear listener, if you had your hair done for $1, you'd probably do it too. Anyway, spending money. I tell you what, I can be cool as a clam for about 100,000 a day. A lot of days I spend almost nothing. There might be a couple days where I go crazy and spend like 200 grand or something. Fine. But in the end, we could figure on 100 grand a day is a pretty fair number. I mean, that's to buy everything. Extra clothes, some electronics here and there, or whatever. So yeah, about 3 million a person. So let's just say 6 million a month for my wife and I both is spending money. Okay, that's about $260 a month total. Is our just discretionary, do whatever you want. Okay, so with all the level 2 discretionary kind of stuff, yeah, we're about $350 or something that we end up spending on that. You know, just again discretionary extras. So by the time we're done with, again, house, electrified, all of our needs, food, phones, miscellaneous money, head massages, laundry, beer, you know, everything out the door, we are under $800 a month combined. Under $800 a month combined as a very comfortable, very happy married couple here in Vietnam. For comparison's sake, my average neighbor spends about less than that, probably about $600 a month, maybe $700. My richest neighbor, they don't spend more than $1,000, you know, for their whole family. So yeah, it's again, overall life is really, really cheap. If you want a nice simple number, you can be very comfortable for $800 a month for a husband and wife combined, living in, let's say, Hue City here. Provided you speak Vietnamese and you live a Vietnamese-like lifestyle.
You're goddamn right.
Of course, $800 a month is covers everything, and a lot of months is less than that. You know, sometimes it's a little more if we want to go on vacation or do something like that. But overall, I mean, it's hard to reach too much higher than that. Let's see, like for us to go on vacation for a day, meaning that we go to the beach, it's going to run us about $1 in gas and maybe $5 on beer and drinks, and then maybe $5 on food if we want to eat right at the beach and on a lawn chair and hammock and watch the waves come in. So yes, if we go for a date day to the beach, it's about $11, give or take. Sometimes less, sometimes a pinch more, but never more than 20. No way. Let's even think about our honeymoon. We went to Lee Shun Island. Awesome. So that means we had to take train tickets down there, which by the time we're done with train tickets and ferries and stuff like that, it's about $1 million. Hotel was about 200 grand a night. You know, times 5, it's about $1 million. We dropped about $1 million on food and drinks and about $1 million on just miscellanea, renting a motorbike one day, buying a souvenir, or whatever the case is.
Shut up and take my money.
Our entire honeymoon for, let's say, 5-6 days, whatever you want to measure it, give or take, was about $4 million. So that means it was about $175 total for us to go on a honeymoon for 5 days. Everything, food, drink, you name it. You name it. Think about that number. So when we go on vacation, we don't spend that much. And we're not living Spartan. I mean, it just doesn't cost that much to live here, period. I can give you tons of other examples out there for sure.
I'll take us back to times when lives were similar and times that all seemed easier. Don't be afraid, I'll be the one to guide you through this endless maze. Don't look so sad, your crying eyes won't dry. You've gotta drive with both headlights so we can see the world and we'll run away together like
Now, other people's numbers are different. For example, you could spend to run an air conditioner all the time. Oh yeah, that can run you another $150 a month, easy. If you insist on going to places, restaurants that only speak English, oh yeah, you can drop over $300 a month extra, easy. So yeah, again, there's a little bit of play with the numbers here, but I'm just telling you, this is my number. We're under $800 a month. I usually shoot for trying to make at least $1,000 a month, you know, which is pretty easy. I work about, you know, maybe 20 hours a week or something like that, and I can make way over $1,000 no problem. $1,000 a month, I mean. So, yeah, it's a pretty relaxed lifestyle. I really encourage a lot of folks out there to think about it. So, yeah, for 10 grand per year, you're laughing. You're laughing in Vietnam. You're laughing. You should have no trouble at all. Consider it, y'all. You know, best of luck. Cheers.
They see the. They see it. They see it. Say what? Money. I'm global dollar and roll with about 50. Like to go out smelling fresh and looking spiffy. Don't like clean money, I want my wrist to be filthy. Pops with that retirement fund, I can't judge till I'm 60. So what am I supposed to do? Roll it.